Dust rolled thick across Ironwood's main street that fateful morning, as if the earth itself conspired to veil the impending horror. But nothing could obscure Clara Whitmore. She was dragged through the grime, wrists bound raw with coarse rope, her heavy blue dress torn at the seams, caked in dirt and sweat. Her knees scraped against the unforgiving gravel, each jolt sending pain shooting up her legs. Breath came in ragged gasps, her chest heaving under the weight of humiliation. From the sidelines, the townsfolk of Ironwood watched, men, women, children. Some wore mocking smiles, others quiet pity, but most harbored a cruel hunger, the kind bred from boredom and self-righteousness in a dusty frontier town. The narrator's voice sliced through the air like a whip, they dragged her for what she could not give. Clara's face told a story of hardship. Not just her ample figure, which the town sneered at relentlessly, but the scars of endless labor, rejection, and being deemed lesser. They had names for her: Barren Cow, Jonah's Curse, the useless wife. Her husband, Jonah Whitmore, had died 2 winters prior. Accounts varied: pneumonia, some whispered, whiskey, others claimed. The cruelest insisted it was her fault, that her barrenness drained the life from him, a divine punishment for wedding a woman who couldn't bear children. What began as gossip had solidified into creed. Reverend Cole loomed at the street's edge, his black coat fluttering in the hot wind, eyes steely, lips a thin line of self-proclaimed righteousness that reeked of pride. His silence was permission enough for the crowd. Unwomanly, someone muttered. Useless, another spat. A boy hurled a stone, striking her shoulder. Clara winced but refused to cry out. She'd endured shame before, but never this public spectacle. Her locket swung loosely against her throat as she stumbled, a faded sketch of Jonah inside. She wore it not for lingering love, but as armor, proof she'd once been desired, once a wife. Boots thudded on the boardwalks. Murmurs rippled as eyes shifted from Clara to a tall figure stepping into the dust, Elias Carter, a cowboy with broad shoulders, a worn coat, and a hat shadowing a face etched by silence. His calloused hands, forged in ranch work and war, hung near the rifle slung at his side. He wasn't smiling, he rarely did. 2 smaller figures darted ahead, Anna and Elsie, his twin daughters, barely 4, in matching cotton frocks, hair in loose braids, cheeks flushed with childish courage. They'd been playing by the mercantile when they spotted Clara's ordeal. Unlike the town, they gazed not with scorn, but pure compassion, a dangerous spark in Ironwood. The men yanking Clara jerked her forward again, her knees sinking deeper. She lifted her face once, eyes burning with fury, not at them, perhaps at herself, or the cruel fate that judged her worth by her body. That's when it happened. Anna, clutching her ragged doll, broke from the boardwalk. Elsie followed, planting themselves before Clara. Tiny boots kicked up dust, hands gripped tight, bright blue eyes staring up. "We'll ask Daddy to marry you," Anna declared, voice trembling but clear. "You can be our mommy," Elsie added stubbornly. A gasp swept the crowd. Silence descended, even the wind hushing. Clara froze, lips parting in disbelief, chest heaving. She'd been called many names, but never mother. Reverend Cole's jaw ticked with anger. Murmurs stirred uneasily. But most stared, caught between ridicule and a forgotten softness. Elias stepped forward, boots sinking into dust, shadow enveloping the scene. Without a word, he drew his knife and severed Clara's ropes. The cords fell, revealing red welts. She looked up, dazed, searching his impassive face, a man scarred by war, widowed, shielded by silence. The twins pressed close to Clara, one holding her arm, the other her dress. Their innocence ignited against the cruelty. Clara, moments ago a symbol of disgrace, now stood with children at her side and a cowboy at her back. Questions lingered: why had Elias intervened? Would the town tolerate this? Was this redemption or deeper scandal? The wagon rattled out of Ironwood, twins clinging to Clara as town voices faded. The Carter homestead emerged at dusk, weathered wood, creaking porch, not grand but sturdy. Inside, it smelled of wood smoke and leather. Tidy, like a soldier's kit, but hollow. Toys were sparse, a one-eyed doll, a faded book. Rooms down the hall, Elias grunted. Not much, but yours. Clara brushed the quilt, pieced by rough hands. By evening, she commandeered the kitchen, rolling sleeves, tying her dress. She simmered beef bones with roots, kneaded biscuits with molasses. The twins watched, wide-eyed, sipping hot milk with cinnamon. At dinner, heads bowed for grace. Clara passed plates silently. The home smelled of comfort for the first time in years. Later, she braided the twins' hair, humming a lullaby. They giggled, drifting to sleep, hands in hers. Elias watched from the doorway, jaw tight, questions unspoken. "I'll earn my place," Clara said softly. "I'll work for it." Dawn proved her vow. She hauled water, stacked wood, mended straps. No task daunted her. The twins trailed, helping with pins and corn. Nights brought stories of fields and stars. One evening, Elsie whispered, "Where did Mommy go?" Elias stiffened. Clara stroked her hair, "Where love never ends. She left her laughter in your smiles." The ache eased. But peace was fragile. Gossip spread, Elias harboring the Whitmore woman. A townsman spat, "Curse on that house." Elias bore it silently. At home, his pauses lengthened, watching Clara's warmth. Days wove a new tapestry. Clara gave tasks patiently, dough-kneading, doll-making. Elias draped a quilt over her once, nodding gruffly. She hammered gates, lifted calves, her blistered hands uncomplaining. Elias watched, respect dawning. A cough hit the livestock. Clara's herbal poultice broke the fever. Elias tipped his hat in gratitude. Townsfolk whispered at the fence, bewitched them. Reverend Cole preached purity, igniting a petition to remove her. Clara remained oblivious, immersed in laughter and lullabies. The summer storm struck viciously. Thunder clapped, wind roared. Clara plunged out, tying shutters, securing the barn amid chaos. She roped thrashing animals, wedged beams, chased a filly through mud. Elias joined, awed by her grit. Dawn revealed a battered but standing ranch. The twins ran to her, "Mommy." Townsfolk arrived, some admiring, "Never seen work like that." Others sneered. That night, Elias watched her with the girls. "Clara, will you stay? Marry me?" She searched his eyes. "Yes, on my own terms." The summons rang Sunday, a town meeting for judgment. The hall buzzed. Reverend Cole condemned Clara's influence. Anna cried, "She's our mommy." Elsie echoed her praises. Elias defended, "She saved the ranch in the storm. She's mended our home." Voices turned, Mrs. Wilkins admitted wrong. Offers of help followed. Clara rose, "I love these children. I won't bow to cruelty. I am not ashamed." The tide shifted. The meeting dissolved. At home, by the fire, Elias proposed again. Clara accepted. The twins cheered. Sunlight broke next morning. Clara braided hair, Elias watched. She belonged. The locket's mystery lingered, but Clara was redefined, by love, grit, redemption. Thank you for joining this tale. Subscribe for more stories of Ironwood.